Joe. We ready for the
Here's
day.
my cup of Joe.
Didn't ask and
You mean you didn't ask me?
no.
The host didn't ask if the guest
Last
wanted,
time I've asked you
wanted
a
a
couple
cup of
times,
Joe.
you said that you didn't want any, and so I figured I was gonna be the same. Okay, so we got some stuff to talk about.
We do.
Great.
Where is Job?
It's like
I'm too
somewhere.
far back.
The Garage Gospel. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's roll. This is the Garage Gospel. The Garage Gospel.
What's up? We're back. Today's a
back.
good day. Very good day. We are going to deep dive.
Today is the day the Lord has made.
Amen, brother. Today we're doing a deep dive on Job 1 through 3. So we're starting the deep dive on books of the Bible. So we're starting with Job because we recently went over the overview on that one.
Go watch that if you haven't. It's
True.
very accelerated.
Very had to be.
We try to fit everything into 30 minutes, so
It's a little hard to do.
a wee bit.
I asked prayer for Reed. He hasn't been with us in a while. So
Yeah,
he's
we
gonna
need
have a
him
sip of
back.
that. Yeah, he's just gonna back to the intro. If you watched the intro, you know what that was. Anyway, pray for Reed. He's going through rough times at work and stuff. I just need to see that guy again. I haven't seen him in a while. Love him. If you somehow like know his Instagram and stuff, please like give him some love. Show him that you care about him. He's an awesome dude and I miss him. I need him back. We're just gonna jump pretty much right into it.
Right into it.
I'll actually let you kind of go through the first little section of like what Job's character is, because that's literally
Job's
the
character
title
Yeah, literally.
of the section.
So first section, Job's character and wealth. And it's just crazy. So, wow, words.
Yep, they're hard. Don't worry, it's okay.
Basically, this man was a wealthy guy. It says right in the second line, well, let's just read from the beginning. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, who feared God and turned away from evil. Immediately. First verse. That was verse 1. We know he loves the Lord. He's passionate about the Lord.
Dude, imagine that. Imagine God giving you a
That's-
description
that's-
on who you are, and that was your first sentence.
Yeah, that being the first sentence of God's description is
Of
crazy.
you would be nuts.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And it says there was born to him 7 sons, 3 daughters. His possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and very, very many servants. So that this man was the greatest of all the people of the East.
So let's just. So like
God
farmers nowadays
blessed
are
him.
weak compared to this guy.
The Lord blessed this guy.
Yeah, it's 7,000 sheep. How do you even manage that?
All those servants.
Yeah, it has to be. Continue.
Because his sons used to go and hold feasts in the house of each one of his day, and they would send and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And when the days of the feast had run their course, Job would send and consecrate them, and he would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts," and thus Job did continuously.
By the way, the wording when it said his sons used to go hold a feast in the house of each one on his day, their birthday.
Yeah, on their birthday.
It says his day. It's a little confusing, but
Each son's
it's
day.
their birthday is
It's
what that
their
means.
birthday. Yeah. So every single son, 7 sons, would hold this huge feast,
That's kind of baller, though. What a heck of a birthday party.
invite all their family and everything like that. Yeah, it would be a crazy birthday party. And Job didn't even know if anything went wrong, but just in case, he cared about his sons and his daughters so much that just in case they have sinned and cursed God in their hearts, he sacrificed. He tried to follow the Old Testament law to a T.
This vibe. Yeah, he did pretty good.
He did pretty freaking good.
So what this is especially telling me when I read this is, okay, so this guy was literally first sentence was a man that was blameless and upright and one who feared God and turned away from evil. So his actions reflect that. And so I'm like, okay, so I kind of want to be like that.
Yeah. Yep.
So that just keep that in your head and in your heart while you read this, because what Job does is very crucial in this book. Multiple
Very,
times
very
he's been
crucial.
given the same choice but different ways, and his decisions are awesome. So I'll jump into the next set. This is verse 6 if you're following along in chapter 1. The title is Satan Allowed to Test Job.
Which is crazy.
That's what I was talking about in the overview a little bit. But like, that's wild that Satan had to
Ask permission.
to test Job. So yeah, I said it last time, but like, what if Satan has to go, hey, yeah, can I test this guy named Cam?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I don't think
ask
he'll
for every
actually
single
faithfully
one of
follow
us.
you. And he's like, oh, okay, sure. Which is crazy. So now actually reading on. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came along with them. The Lord said to Satan, from where have you come? Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth and walking up and down it. And the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, and a blameless and upright man who fears God and turns away from evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, does Job fear God for no reason? Have you put a hedge around him and his house and all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will curse you to your face. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he has is in your hand. Only against him do not stretch out your hand. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. That interaction was literally this. Ready? Reenactment right here. You'll be God, I'll be Satan. Okay, so
All right.
we're gonna say, everybody come to the Lord's kingdom. Okay, sounds good.
Where are you come from?
I am coming from I'm coming from the earth, dude. I've just been chilling around.
You just been chilling.
Yeah.
Have you seen my servant Job? He's upright. He's an amazing follower of me.
All about that. Does he fear you because you're God, or does he fear you because he is blessed? Or if you just took away his stuff, he'll turn his back on you.
All right. Well, watch this. Go ahead and take his stuff. He won't switch up on me. Go ahead and take his stuff. Just don't touch him. He leaves in perfect health.
Okay, all right. And then Satan leaves. That's the conversation.
God literally
Pretty much,
boasts.
yo, what's up, dude? And he's like, nothing much. He's like, have you seen my dude Job? And he's like, yeah, I bet you he doesn't actually serve you if you take his stuff. He's like, okay, try it. Don't hurt him, though.
God
Like, okay.
God literally boasts about Job to the angels, to Satan. He's like, look at this guy. Look at how he follows me.
And Satan tries to pull an IQ like
And funny enough,
Funny
Satan
move.
plays the devil's advocate.
literally. He's like, actually? And so I think that's crazy, because the question where he asked, does Job fear God for no reason? That's a question he's going to ask about all of us. Does Cam fear you for no reason? Does he fear you because he lives good? Or does he fear you because you are God? And that's the thing. Do you actually respect and honor God because he's God and you know that? Or just because
you
everybody
trust
else is
him?
doing it and
Do
your
you-
life is good?
Do you trust the Lord with your possessions?
Yeah. It's to the point. Do you actually respect him, or are you saying it? And when it comes down to you actually having a hard time in life, you just
You dip.
dip. So, again, Job is now, he doesn't know this, but now he has the decision of proving God right or proving him wrong. Wild decision.
God's putting all his chips in.
He's
going all
literally said
in
all in
Job.
on Job. try him. And I was like, oh shoot, this is about to get crazy. So then I kind of have to sum this up a little more. I can't read
Yeah,
this
this
verse
next
by verse.
one is a lot.
So from 13 to
22.
yeah, we'll say 22. Yeah, 22. 13 to 22 is Satan takes Job's property and children. So he takes everything Job has.
Mm-hmm.
All of his cattle die.
All 7 sons, 3 daughters,
Literally.
7,000 sheep. His entire source of income.
His children, his house, the house they were in, all of his like actual
His
like
wife?
investments. His wife is alive.
Oh, okay.
She
That's
comes
later.
back. She's a different scenario. The good job to bring that up though. That's later.
That's later.
That's later. Which we are gonna get there. It's not like later, but we'll get to it. But his children, his property,
Oh,
his
yeah.
cattle, everything is stripped from him in a day.
In a day.
In a day. All these servants come up and give him this news, like, boom, hey, your children died. Oh shoot, all your sheep are dead. Oh crap, everything else is dead. And then like the house was destroyed and like the land won't produce anything. And like all this bad news happens at once. Like, oh, one servant comes, one servant comes, one servant comes. I'm the only one that survived is what each servant says to him.
Mm-hmm.
And which is crazy. And so what's really awesome is Job's response. So this
20
is
to
verse 20.
22.
Then Job
Well, 20 to
arose and
21.
tore his robe and shaved his head and fell on the ground and worshipped. And he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all of this, Job did not sin or charge God with wrong.
Yeah.
I actually physically can't imagine that scenario. for
You
me.
lose
Everything.
everything.
I can't imagine that scenario. My whole family dying. I can't imagine that.
Like, even the strongest pastors nowadays, like, something happens to. I've heard plenty of stories, something happens to someone close to them and they're wrestling with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why did you do this? Why did you allow this to happen? But they stay strong and they come out stronger after it. But they had that moment, not necessarily doubting God, but just like wrestling with Him, like, why?
Yeah.
And Job is just like,
Job, no joke, takes it on the chin.
it was all yours anyways, Lord. Like, he already knows it was all his.
So that was his first choice. Will he curse God? And Job said, no, I won't. God gives me stuff and takes away stuff. He is the Lord. Blessed be his name. Period. So he proves God right in that instance. So God was right. God obviously was right, but he
Obviously.
laid the choice on Job if God would be right.
Mhm.
And Job said, I will not curse God. Chapter 2. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. Satan goes back.
So he said, round 2.
Satan goes back. Lord says to him,
You're like gambling again.
from where have you come? The exact same thing.
Exactly.
It's like, yo, where have you been?
And the Lord knows the answer. Both times he asked. The Lord knows the answer.
Satan answered the Lord, saying, from going to and fro on the earth, from walking up and down it. They both give the same responses.
And once again, the Lord is like boasting about Job.
Have you considered my servant
servant
Job?
Job? There's none like him on the earth, blameless and upright man who fears God and turns away from evil.
And then keeps going. He still holds fast his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him without reason, which is wild. He adds a bit there. And then Satan answered to the Lord, skin for skin. All that a man has, he will give for his life. But stretch out your hand and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse you to your face. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, he is in your hand. Only spare his life.
Only spare his life.
Satan goes, hey, I bet you if I make him sick and I hurt him, he'll curse you.
He'll curse.
Because, possessions come and go.
That many possessions, though?
I know.
That many
I
possessions?
know. He goes, yeah, that's not the point. That was nothing.
That was round 1.
He goes, that was nothing. But you hurt him, though. You hurt his health. Then he will. And then he goes, okay, don't kill him.
Yeah,
All he
just
says is,
kill
don't
him.
kill him. And then Satan walks out and struck Job with loathsome sores from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head, and he took a piece of broken pottery with which to scrape himself while he sat in ashes. That is horrible. He's
Yeah.
in ashes
So
with
many
these sores.
sores around your body. You can't
These
walk.
aren't-
You can't take a step. You
These aren't
can't,
canker sores, by the
no,
way.
not at all.
These are like
Itchy,
they're this big off your skin, like lumps. Like these are sores.
like yeah.
And so, like, I'm like, ooh,
Takes
yikes.
a literal sharp object just so that he can satisfy that temporary itch
Yeah.
of the sores in one spot, while he has them all over the rest of his body.
So crazy. Then, ready? This is where his wife comes in. Verse 9 of chapter 2. Then his wife said to him, "Do you still hold fast your integrity? Curse God and die."
But
Hold up a minute. What'd you just say? She just said, "Screw it. Just ask
Screw it.
God to strike you down."
yeah,
And I would have been like, "What did you just say?"
yeah.
Wild statement from his wife. And then Job said to her,
His wife was like, "Why
Yeah.
are you still putting up with this? You know why?
Yeah,
Curse the Lord and prove God wrong."
yeah.
Obviously, she didn't know at that
She
time.
didn't know it was proving
but,
God wrong.
but she went over to
she
the other
said
side.
it's God's fault, so curse him and just die. And then Job said to her, "You speak as one of the foolish women would speak. Shall we receive good from God and shall not receive evil?" And all of this, Job did not sin with his lips.
Literally defended God.
Defended God straight up. He goes, "No, that's not right. I will stand with him." And so he proves Satan wrong again. So God is right about Job. Job is blameless and upright for the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of 2, at verse 11, we see that Job's 3 friends come, and because they've heard of all the evil that's come upon him, and they all go to Job's house. Their names are, I'm going to try my best here: Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite? Shuhite? I don't know. And Zophar the Namathite, something like that. Something like that. I'm
Something
not
like
great,
that,
but
whatever.
something like that.
These 3
Um,
dudes.
Yeah, they made an appointment together to come to show him sympathy and comfort him. And when they saw him from a distance, they did not recognize him. Wild statement. And then they raised their voices and wept, and tore their robes and sprinkled dust on their heads toward heaven. And they sat with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his suffering was very great. That'd be nuts. A week.
7 days
nothing.
of nothing. Just
That's true friendship, if you ask me. In that form. Later, they're not true friends
yeah.
when they start to speak, which is funny. But
Should've kept your mouth shut.
yeah, but that act for me was sitting down with a friend who's struggling and just being silent with them and just being with them is huge. That's huge for me. Okay, last chapter of at least today is chapter 3 here, and this is when they start talking. So after this, Job opened his mouth.
Yeah,
and
Job starts
cursed
talking.
the day of his
After
birth.
a week, Job finally opens up and starts talking.
Yeah. Job, let me just make sure. Yeah. So this entire time, all of chapter 3, I don't think I really need to go through every single verse in this, but he just curses the day that he was born.
Let the day perish which I was born, and the night that said a man is conceived. Let that day be darkness. May God above not seek it, nor the light shine upon it. Those are just the first 2 verses. There's
No joke.
26 verses of that.
It's Job, which I've been there, actually. We're going to get a little testimonial here. I have been here. We call it depression. But I have been here. I used to go days to myself hating that I was born. Right? And so I feel really, this is why I think Job kind of hit me in a weird way too, is because I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've said those same things. Obviously not exactly, but I've said
Job's
why,
a lot more poetic
oh,
than we
he
are.
is a whole lot more poetic. But I'm over here saying, Lord, why did I have to be born? There's no point for me to live. I have no reason and no purpose to be here, and stuff like that. And obviously, as we know very much now, that's not true.
Mm-mm.
But I feel like this is where I start to really connect with Job, because a lot of my suffering before I truly met Jesus, not that I didn't know about him, I knew about him before I met him, before I knew him, was this mental and thought war that was going on in my head constantly. And still does, if I was honest with you, but I'm winning that battle a whole lot easier with the Lord. So happy days there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, he just keeps going. He just let gloom and deep darkness claim it. Let clouds dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. The night let thick darkness seize it. Let it not rejoice among the days of the year. So he's like, I wish I didn't celebrate a birthday. Let it not come into the number of the months. So he's like, again, just absolutely cementing
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he wished he was not born. And we'll actually get into a little bit of 4 today, just because it's literally from chapter 3 to almost the end of the book is this conversation between Job and his 3 friends.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that, but he's just going off on how he wishes he was dead and never born. And then Eliphaz speaks. It literally says Eliphaz speaks, the innocent prosper, right? And so pretty much his friend says, if one ventures a word with you, will you be impatient? Yet who can keep from speaking? Behold, you have instructed many, and you have strengthened the weak hands. Your words have upheld him who was stumbling, and you have made firm the feeble knees. But now it has come to you, and you are impatient. It touches you, and you're dismayed. It is not your fear of God, your confidence, and the integrity of your ways, your hope. Remember who that was innocent ever perished, or where were the upright cut off. So again, he keeps going, but Eliphaz is pretty much going, dude, you must have deserved that.
Mm-hmm.
Since when were the upright judged this harshly? Since when did punishment come upon the innocent?
Yeah.
So you must have done something horribly wrong. It's like, what sin did you do
And
against
little
God?
does he know, he's actually doing
Literally,
perfect.
little as any of them know that God
Yeah.
is actually winning an argument with Satan, which I think is hilarious.
I find it amazing how Satan is trying to go get Job to curse God. He says that that's twice in chapter 1:11 and chapter 2 verse 5 wants Job to curse the Lord. That's when he talks about. That's when Satan and God talk. And Job never even comes close. He literally turns around and starts cursing the day is born. And that's the only thing.
He literally never curses God. He always curses him,
He'll
which is
always-
not okay to do, but
No.
he doesn't curse God.
He doesn't curse God. He doesn't even curse his wife when his wife wants him to curse God. He
It's
doesn't.
crazy.
He only calls her a foolish woman, and not wicked. Doesn't curse her. Nothing like that.
He literally like, you just spoke as if everybody else were speaking.
Yeah.
He's like, what are
He's
you
basically
doing?
just saying you are of culture. Like today's words like that
It's
would be
like,
like you're
Why
just like
he has to say, why are you
everyone else.
acting of somebody of culture? We know that. We know that
the
God
Lord
is
better.
good, even though
Yeah.
he takes and gives, which is crazy.
He has this relationship so strong with the Lord that he trusts him completely. No
Mhm.
matter all this crap's going down, he knows that punishment is not of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows he can trust him with literally everything. And no matter how close to death he gets,
Mm-hmm.
he trusts the Lord.
Yep. And again, this response from Eliphaz goes through chapter 5 all the way to 6. And then 6, Job actually like replies to him. Job says, literally says, Job replies, my complaint is just.
That's the title.
That is the title. And so here's the thing. So Job's like, I shouldn't have been born. And then Eliphaz goes, dude, you deserved this somehow. You must have done something super wrong. And then Job goes, no, my complaint is right. I didn't deserve this. what did I do to get this? And so, like, again, this whole convo goes on for a very, very long time.
Very long time, and we haven't gotten the chance to look too much into it, so we won't go too much into it this week.
Exactly. I'm gonna.
Maybe next week or the week after.
gonna
that, 'cause
stop
we
here.
did get those more. We did get more questions.
We did we? Let's go.
Yeah, from Fossies.
Oh yeah, we did.
We got a lot of questions.
We have some awesome questions. So we will try to let you guys have the time to then watch this video. So we're gonna do a Q&A next vid. Answer some awesome questions because there was some solid ones in there. So I really thank you guys for showing up again. I always do. I really hope God was talking to you guys. I never hope that you just hear my voice, if I was
Yeah,
honest.
we didn't go too crazy. We covered 2 chapters, and I hope that it spoke at least a little bit to you
Yeah.
in one of the chapters.
So again, we will continue going through this book, and we'll probably find some more books to go through. And just
I think we
hit
should.
it
We
home.
started Ephesians. We started in the middle of Ephesians. I think
Yeah.
we should do Ephesians
start from chapter uno.
from chapter
We'll
1.
start Ephesians from chapter uno. Then we already got next one going. See, we got plans rolling.
We got plans rolling.
We got plans
places
rolling.
going,
We got places to be. No, I'm kidding.
Places to be, people to see.
See, dude. Speaking
The
of
Lord.
people to see, I need some advice, like crucial, like our Instagram. DM us if this is a good idea, because if people will show up, I would love to do this. Like if we were to say, hey, here's a meeting spot, we're gonna be there at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Show up.
Show up
If
and,
y'all would be actually down to show up and just blast us with questions on the spot,
and just talk to us about your faith, our faith.
dude, that's the goal. So see if that's a good idea, and if it is, we'll actually get it rolling and find a spot. We are, we're based in Lansing, Michigan. So
I think most of our current views are also.
I was about to say our current audience is probably close in Michigan right now, but if
But-
not, great. But I don't know if we're ready to go out of state for that yet.
Not too far.
But absolutely have a great rest of your day, guys. I really
Yeah.
hope again this spoke to you and the Lord touched your heart with what we were saying and
At least a little bit of it.
at least a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Have a great day. See ya.
See you guys.